real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining me from. Thank y'all again for stopping by the live stream. Of course, we always have a topic. Don't ignore the red flags in the Philippines. But we're going to talk about whatever you want to talk about. And then, of course, I've added something new I'm going to do every live stream. We're going to go through the comments, bring you some interesting comments from my viewers and subscribers. Shout out to Moments with Mitch. He's an old head. He said, I've already hit the like button. I finished Calvin's book last night. It's really an interesting, eye-opening story, 5 stars. Thank you, Mitch. I appreciate that. I want to thank everybody right now. I reached 100 downloads, man. I think that's unbelievable, really, for me. I never expected it, really. Although I think the book is good. Let's go for 1,000. And Mitch, if you be nice, I don't know if you left a review or not. Anybody that reads that, please leave a review, whether you like it or not. Reviews are really important, not just on this book, but Airbnbs, restaurants. We need to start leaving reviews, guys. It's going to help the next man and woman. Shout out to the NTZ crew. Thank y'all for everything y'all do for me, really. Thank you, Mike. I know Jacob Chanja is probably going to be on here. Elliot Makata, I don't see her yet. He says, greetings from cloudy Cebu. Welcome anyone joining me for the first time. Any new viewers and subscribers. And anybody catching this on replay. The peso is 56.08. Man. And I found something interesting yesterday. I was looking on the internet. It says the new Department of Tourism slogan is the Philippine experience. I thought that was interesting because I made a video over 2 years ago. It was called the Philippine experience, but I'm not going to take credit because there's actually a YouTube channel called the Philippines experience. But I just thought that was interesting that that's their new slogan now. It's not more fun in the Philippines. I think it's a great slogan. I think it's going to describe really what people are going to get when they come over here, because the Philippines is unique in a whole lot of ways. What's up, Michael Alexander? Thanks for stopping by. You know, in the Philippines, they have this don't ask, don't tell policy. And this is what I always suggest to my viewers. If you don't ask them, they're certainly not going to tell you. They're not going to volunteer much information. And the information that they do offer is going to be very vague. You got to be straight to the point. And it's really, really important, you know, when you're establishing any type of relationships over here. Mo and his beautiful girlfriend, they're leaving today. They were here doing some free diving and scuba diving. They're headed to their next adventure. Barry Stevens says, that's a great picture, man. Thanks. You know, it just depends on when I come online, because sometimes it's spotty here, but most of the times I don't have any problem with it. I'm close to the modem, by the way. He's talking about the picture on the, I'm sorry, Barry. He's talking about the picture on my thumbnail. Yeah, she's 2 years old. She'll be 3 in August. And boy, Booby's grown up so fast. And I'm going to take the suggestion of W Secrets to Success vlog. He said, Cal, you need to get that framed. And I am. Maybe it'll be a good memory for Booby one day. Barry says, how old is she? I'm 59. My baby girl's 4. So thankful for my Philippine wife and my adorable daughter, my second chance at happiness in life. Congratulations, man. I actually did a video. It was called Grandfathers, older men having babies in the Philippines. Because when I first started coming over here in 2009, I saw it and it was really shocking to me. But of course, I didn't have any experience yet. I didn't know what was really going on. But a lot of times when you come in here, over here, women are very fertile. And of course, they're going to be your Viagra. And you may have thought, remember when I came over here, my youngest daughter was 16. So it was a long time between babies. I didn't even think I could have any more children. But yeah, you'll be fooled you come over here. He said you should start a hall of shame. Now I want to be positive, Phil. So I've got a hall of fame, and it goes out to Willie. I think he may still be in Dumagetti. His mortgage was $7,500, man. I thought maybe he was an old actor or something from back in the day. How can you afford a mortgage that high? On an $850,000 house. I guess he was trying to pay that off as soon as he possibly could. What's up, Freddie Sanders, my buddy down in Florida? Now, see, here's what I'm telling you. Me and him was going back and forth. Me and Freddie was about the weather. He said, "Our Filipinos, they can't handle this Florida heat, right?" And I was like, "Dude, it's the humidity over here." And my buddy Eric Terry just arrived here last night from Miami, Florida. I'm gonna read you his comment, man. It's funny. He said, "This is a comment." Anyway, he said, "Man," now he said, "Dude, it's hot here." And I said, "Well, I told you." He said, "I got off the plane and was bastardized by the heat." And then he put a picture of a man sweating. But he lives in Miami, Florida. I try to tell you guys, man, that it really is humid here. What's up, Jude K, Mike Valdez? I see y'all. But yeah, we just want to talk about some red flags in any type of relationship over here. But mainly, the woman-man relationship. Just life in general, living over here. What's up, Sam Champion? He said, "Good morning, Cal. Good evening to all the crew in the West and East." But one big red flag, and I think everybody knows this red flag because Sean James, here's his comment. It kind of leads into what I'm saying. And thank you, Sean James, for this comment. He says, "Not sure what happened within the last few weeks, but every woman I speak to is asking for money, sex, or both." He says, "I'm giving up on the Philippines." No, man, don't do that, man. Because really, most Filipinos, they're not going to ask for money. And they certainly aren't going to ask for sex, but they'll give it up. But I thought that was interesting because the biggest red flag when you start dealing with women over here, if they're asking money for any reason, and they come up with just a laundry list of reasons. We talk about this all the time, but we can't talk about it enough. For mostly, it's going to be for somebody's medical bills. Maybe the baby needs diapers and milk, a funeral. Somebody dies, or they'll just straight out ask you, "Hey, to buy me an iPhone or something," because they're very naive when it comes to that. But I think that's the biggest flashing red light. And it's funny because, see, the smart Filipinos, because women over here are very intelligent, believe it or not. A lot of women we deal with, we don't give them the credit that they deserve. They know they don't have to ask you for money. That you're going to offer it to them, and you're going to offer it to them in abundance. Everybody I've talked to, it only takes a fraction, guys. Listen to me. If you don't hear nothing else on this live stream today, women here live a simple life, really. It only takes a fraction of the money that we spend to make them happy. We bring that Western type of courting and tricking over here to the Philippines. They're not used to it. You don't have to give a woman $1 million pesos in cash to make her happy. You don't have to spend 5 million pesos on a house. The woman that you deal with probably is living in a squatters area, the province, a deep province. If you're gonna go out like that and put to spending more than 250 to 300,000 pesos on a house, and they're gonna be happy. They just want their own house and lot. But we go out of our way. We do that. But the first red flag, man, if they ask you for money for any reason, that's a red flag, because Filipinos, they understand. They absolutely understand the unspoken agreement. And they know that they're not going to have to ask you anyway. You're going to give them money. And you're going to give it to them in abundance. Stop buying them stuff and taking them places that they don't want to go. She's going to tell you where she wants to go. You know, don't pay for swimming lessons if she don't want them. This is where we mess up. We try to force our lifestyle and our way of things onto them. And it blows up on us. We end up spending a lot of unnecessary money. But that's the first red flag. Hey, Mr. Pirate Bramy says, Shalom at Sunshine Shows. How you doing tonight? I'm doing good, brother. Come on. He said, what's up, Cal? Hello, everyone. Lightning 351 said, Calvin, are STD cases in the Philippines high? Herpes, chlamydia, etc. Well, chlamydia is high worldwide, because a lot of times chlamydia doesn't have any symptoms. So a woman could have chlamydia for her lifetime and not even know it. But it's going to affect you. I was just reading a study. Funny you bring this up. A lot of the throat cancer is caused by people having oral sex with several different partners, because eventually you're going to hit that chlamydia and it'll lodge up in your damn throat, and some of it start to grow and it'll turn into cancer. But I guess it would be the same as anywhere else, really. I don't really know the figures on it. I do know that there's an AIDS epidemic in the Philippines right now, but it's affecting mostly gay men. Okay, but because there's a lot of hustling that goes on over here, straight men, they'll fool with a gay for money. They do the same thing in America, but so then they'll take it home to their partner. Because believe it or not, a lot of the women who have AIDS, we gave it to them. Very seldom does a woman give you AIDS. I mean, it's not impossible. But yeah, and another reason is, rubbers and all that stuff is frowned upon over here by the Catholic Church. This is a big Catholic society. I would just say, which most of us never do this. I didn't do it. I was talking to Mo today. I said, man, the stuff I talk about on my channel, I'm not the exception. I'm the rule. I've done it all. Whether it's giving women money, overspending, having sex, unprotected sex. I've done it all. I've just, they say God looks after babies and fools. That's the only thing that's helped, that saved me. People aren't as fortunate as me. I would say, get a checkup before you leave. Don't come over here. You may bring something over here, which a lot of guys do. And then when the symptoms show up, you're going to blame it on the woman. Get a checkup before you come over here. When you come over here, get her checked up. A lot of women don't go to the doctor here. They can't afford it. They can't afford that 300 to 500 pesos or whatever it is. A lot of times, just like my mother just didn't like the hospital. The only time my mother went to the hospital was when she had babies. Other than that, she tried some home remedy. She, fight it out. But this last battle, she lost because she had cancer. When she showed up, it was too late. But that's the only way you're going to protect yourself. If the woman gets mad, then guess what? That's a red flag. Don't ignore the red flags here, guys. If a woman don't want you to take her to the doctor and say, hey, I'm going to get a checkup with you, that's a red flag. Where you hiding? Edgar Castillo says, what's your budget now? Actually, I'm saving money here, Edgar. Believe it or not. Having this place here saves me money. I don't eat as much here because I'm always outside and I'm more relaxed. And I've even got less stress here than I do when I'm in San Carlos City. But I would say my budget really hasn't changed. My budget really hasn't changed. You say, well, you're and then whatever you buy for food and whatever. But yeah, that's less money that I'm spending at home over there because the grandmother's there right now, the 17-year-old and the 9-year-old. It doesn't take a whole lot for them. They're very little. And they just revert back. I give them about $10,000 per month. That's a lot too, by the way, just for food. And, toilet paper and stuff like that. Get you line, what's going on? Lund. That's Cheetah Cha. But yeah, that's the first red. Now here's one that you're only going to hear from me. This is a red flag. If a woman that you're talking to or you meet over here is 30 or younger and has 3 children or more, that's a red flag. Remember, I told you Filipinos are more intelligent than what we give them credit for. Something's going on with a woman who has that many children over here who's not married and just having children. And a lot of times, it may be 3 different men. But that's a red flag. You got to question her like, hey, where's the husband? Why aren't you married? Where's the fathers of the children? Remember, don't ask. If you don't ask, they're not going to tell. But that's a big red flag. And then any woman of any age, if she has over 5 children, I would say that's a red flag, man. I would say, and a red flag just could mean, danger up ahead. It could mean proceed with caution. It doesn't mean don't deal with it. But see, we ignore the red flags. People will tell you, hey, that's a red flag, and you will just completely ignore it. But yeah, if she has a lot of kids and she's really young, there's something going on there because they know how important education is over here. It's very, very important. Any advantage that you have over here that gives you that slight edge, they're going to use it. And education is big. And they know that having children with no husband and just trying to make it on their own over here is going to make their life even harder than it is. But yeah, that's a big one. It's a big red flag, guys. Okay. Here's another one. You're with her, but you don't want to help her family. Hey, thanks, Johnny S. He says, hello, Cal. Nice picture of you and Booby on the beach. Yusuf said, seems just about everybody I come in contact with on the dating sites, they ask for money. But see, you guys here's one thing y'all doing wrong. Y'all doing something wrong. First of all, when you sign up for a dating site, you're going to be deluged with messages. Those aren't real people a lot of times. The bots coming from the dating site. They're scammers. They're fishing. You don't want to even don't answer any of those requests. They're not real. One guy's, oh man, the minute I signed up, I got 150, responses. But not one of them is going to work out. Not one of them is real. These are the ones that are asking you for money. Or the ones where you get online. If they're online, don't deal with them. Deal with the women offline. That way you'll know if they're serious or not. Have some patience, which is one thing we don't have over here, Yusuf. That's why they end up with the advantage over us. Filipino people have the patience of a saint. You're not going to see patience anywhere else like they have it over here. I've never experienced it anywhere like they can wait you out and they're going to do it. But if you have some patience and say, okay, when I met Marilyn, you think I'm lying, man. Marilyn was not online. I don't know how many days it was before she finally, I'm looking on there and she finally sends me a message back. Get you about 10 women, none of them online, send them a message. The ones that respond back, you go from there. But I don't know why you guys are meeting all these women who are asking for money. No woman that I've ever had a relationship with over ever asked me for money when I was chatting with them online. They just didn't do it. What's up? Give me freedom. Thanks for that super chat. He said, hey, Uncle Cal, I'll usually watch you on the replays. And first time catching you live. Thanks a lot, brother. I owe you so much. Man, I appreciate it, man. Welcome to the real live stream, man. We're all the way live today. And I'm glad, man, I can be of some help today. Because I tell you, people love to see me coming now instead of seeing me leaving back in the day. But thank you. Give me freedom. I appreciate that, man. I want freedom over here. Fred Smith said 3 Facebook accounts. 2 you don't know about. That's a red flag. Thank you, Fred. That's another red flag. Or 2 SIM cards. They love those SIM cards, man. 2 SIM cards. If they have 2 phone numbers, even if they have a fancy phone, that should send up a red flag to you. Like, lady, you're not even working. How do you have a brand new iPhone 16X or whatever it is today? You got that Samsung 29 and all that stuff. You don't even work. What's going on? How you getting all that money? What's up, Don Ridgeway? He said, what's up, Brother Cal? Keep up the good work. Thank you. Mr. Passport King, good morning, brother. Travel Rose says, beautiful thumbnail. I've never had a Philippine ask me for any money, but I don't meet them online. I meet them at the mall, market, or just walking down the street, and they're always friendly. This is great advice. And most of us travel role, we're afraid to do that. Filipinos are some of the nicest, most approachable women that you're ever going to meet. But remember, beauty intimidates us. We're afraid of approaching beautiful women in America, so you're going to be afraid to approach them over here. But John taught me that a long time ago. He said, Cal, he loved Janessa. They had a great relationship, but he would just flirt with women just to show me how easy it was. And John, hell, he wasn't gonna win no beauty contest. Hell. It's just, but he wasn't afraid to say hello to women, and they would blush. I mean, I would feel embarrassed for him because John would say stupid stuff to him. Craig Anthony says, brother, I like your honesty because there's no excuse when something happens and you have told so. Absolutely. But over here sometimes, Jack Wolfinger and his beautiful wife, they just left this morning. Go back. You don't have to have the perfect relationship. You don't have to do everything right. You're going to make mistakes over here. I think it's a good, if you share your mistakes, you can help somebody else. I don't want to be around a bunch of yes men, Craig Anthony. I want people to tell me when I'm doing something wrong. Hey, man, you got a booger hanging out of your nose or whatever it is. You got toilet paper. You're dragging along a piece of toilet paper on your shoe. Don't just sit there and don't tell me and let me walk around looking stupid. Greg Beck says, when I put up my dating profile, put the caption, no money, honey, until we're married. Secondly, when I put up on my profile at the very end of my blurb. Well, see, you really don't have to do that because you're gonna run potential women away. They're gonna feel insulted by that. But it's funny that you put that on there, see, because I've got one red flag is she'll tell you, oh, there's no sex until we get married. See, that's basically what you're saying. That's a red flag. I'm not dealing with a woman that's going to do that. You're asking me to make the ultimate sacrifice to marry you. and we may not even be compatible in the bed. The slide may not be right. I'm not going to make that. I'm not going to go all the way out there on the limb like that and then come to find out, you've had several foreign lovers and all that stuff, and, the sexes and all that, but now I'm married. Patrick Blackrock P. Money says, since 2018, I've actively in and out used Philippine dating sites, and not once has any Filipino asked me for money. Me either. That's been my experience too, Patrick. Imagine, I've had 3 serious relationships, really 4. They've never asked me for money, certainly not online. They know better. Remember, Filipinos are smart. They know their reputation around the world. It's not the right one, though. You can't paint every Filipino because a few ask for money or a few have, scammed you. What is a scam? She asks you for money, you give it to her, then she doesn't do what you want her to do. Is that a scam? Well, some people, describe that as a scam. I don't. If you give her your money, willingly, she hasn't scammed you. But most Filipinos know their reputation around the world as scammers and gold diggers, so they don't want to add to that. They're not going to ask you for anything. And most of the time, they don't have to ask you. We're going to stick our wallet. We're going to leave with our wallet anyway because that's what we do over there. And then we're going to overspend. We're going to spend more money than we have to, a whole lot more money. I mean, how many times, how many stories? I mean, it's hundreds, literally thousands of stories over here where men come over here, and then if you bring it up, they'll say, well, I didn't tell you to do that, because they didn't. That's a legitimate argument and a legitimate pushback that they have. If you bring it up about what you did, she's going to say, well, I didn't tell you to do it, because they're not going to ask you to do it. You're going to do it on your own. She doesn't want swimming lessons. So why are you buying swimming lessons? Then when she stops going swimming or she gets mad because it's time to go swimming, you're excited about it and she's angry, it's your fault. Mike Dawsonville, sorry, Mike. He said if they ask you for some money right away, it's a big red flag, throw it back away. That's the biggest red flag of all. They're not going to do it. They're smart enough. This dating thing has evolved to now Filipinos know they don't even have to ask you. You're going to willingly give the money, man. Some of these guys, man, I'm like, these women have hit the jackpot. Filipinos get lucky. We don't get lucky. We're dating a culture. If you just take your time, you're going to find a good woman over here. They don't know what they're getting. They're dating Indians, Americans, French, Spanish, China, Japan, Germany. They don't know what they're going to get. They don't know if the guy's rich, if he's, a bullshitter, because it's some scumbags that come over here. See, we never talk about that other side. When we talk about the Filipinos being scammers, well, what about the foreign men scammers that come over here and fill these women up and fill their minds up with all these lies and promises, knowing good and well they're not going to fulfill any of them. They just want the booty. So, yeah, she gets lucky. And some of these women have certainly hit the jackpot. And I know for a fact they've never asked a man for nothing. They don't have to. They're buying cars, all kinds of stuff over here. Women can't even drive, man. Listen to me. They're buying cars and the women cannot even drive. What kind of stupid stuff is that, man? And y'all get mad at me when I bring it up because we stupid. I'm saying we are stupid. I'm a foreign man. I come over here. But we do some crazy stuff you would never do at home. The guy says, well, some woman's divorced over here. I said, I know you're not. But you'll come over here and pay for a damn annulment and sit around and stand around for 5 years and waste all that time and money. The Global Vagabond says, from what I've seen at this point in my life, is that many men are red flag collectors. I think it's in our DNA or something similar. This is beautiful, man. There may be some truth to that. I guess if a woman doesn't have a red flag, we're not interested. But yeah, let's go to another red flag. she's had a foreign boyfriend or living with a foreigner before. Guys, I don't care, man. You got to throw her back, man. You got to throw her back. I'm sorry. There's people watching me, they're going to get mad at that. Remember, I'm just telling you my boots on the ground experience. She's never going to appreciate you. She's always going to think to herself, you know, who knows what that other man did to her? They're not going to tell you. Remember, they're going to hold it in. She may be jaded. And knowing us and knowing some of the men that come over here, not all of them, because majority of men I meet over here, they're decent human beings. But remember, there's scumbags who come over here. And they use these women, man, and they use them up and they mistreat them. And then they go back home and there she gets back on the dating site and you choose her. So she's going to act like, oh, it's my first time around. So finally she'll tell you, but that's a lot of trouble there because we turn women out over here. We ask them to do things they would never even think about doing. And then when it's all said and done, if it doesn't work out, there she is with you. You're going to pay for everything he did or didn't do. But if you don't ask her, she's not going to tell you. So you say, hey, have you ever been with a foreigner before? And say yeah, then I would politely back away from that. There's too many women over here who haven't been with foreigners before who will appreciate your value. They're not going to appreciate your value. You know, you take her to Boracay, oh, we've been here before. You take her to Bohol, yeah, but you didn't take me to that bar down at the other end of the beach. That's my favorite bar. She's not going to appreciate it. Okay, she's going to have that nice phone. What, you know, or it may be that he done destroyed her totally, and she really hates foreigners for real, and you're going to pay for what he did. Hey, it's the weekend man, says, Cal, good evening from Oceanside, California. Wow, my buddy was from Oceanside yesterday that I interviewed. He said, can't wait until August to get back to Thailand. Think about making a pit stop in the Philippines as well. I would, man. It's so close. I would. It's only like, it took me and Eric Terry, we went, it was 2.5 hours. The minute it goes up and they level off, they serve you your food, you're eating and everything. Then you finish, they clean it up. You might, look at the news or something like I do. I don't look at the movies. Then you're coming down. You're in Bangkok. Well, or right outside the Bangkok. Or on the way back, you're in Manila. King Arthur says, hello, I love LaChan. Get a big belt buckle and some pointed boots. Johnny's 5 says, another red flag is when you ask questions, they get mad or defensive. A woman with nothing to hide will always answer your questions. Yeah. But we won't ask questions. We think that they're going to tell us everything. If there's something we need to know, they're going to tell us. No. They come from a totally different culture than we do. If she thinks for one moment that what she's going to tell you is going to affect the way you feel about her or affect the nature of the relationship, she's not going to tell you. And if she does tell you, it's going to be very vague. So just like we were talking about on the last live stream, you got to be detail oriented. Where are your children? It's how you ask the question. Not do you have children? Because they'll say no because the child may be living with the grandparents or the father. This is a good one right here. Beach of Life says, some of y'all are walking red flags. Quit letting these women choose you. You do the choosing. Well, when to be honest, they're choosing us. See, this is the genius of those dating sites. We think we're choosing the woman, but the dating sites have got it rigged. It's free for the woman, remember. So what happens is she's going to get all these requests, and she's going to sit there in her inbox, and she's going to look through these requests. There's no telling what she's going to look for, but I'm going to tell you, me and Marilyn are going to discuss something today on a video. It's going to blow your mind, guys. That this is why I say that a lot of Filipino vloggers, they know stuff, but they're not going to tell you. I'm going to have to tell you. Okay? It's going to blow your mind. This video we're going to do later on. I'll probably upload it maybe later or maybe in the morning about what goes on over here. I was shocked about it. You know, I'm not shocked about it, but I didn't know it was really such a thing. But no, they look at you and then they make the decision. You think you chose her, but you don't realize there's 100 other men choosing her too. See, this is the thing with the dating sites. It's a lot of psychology that goes into creating these dating sites, guys. Y'all know that, right? It's not just somebody who comes up and puts a bunch of Filipino faces up there. They deal with algorithms and stuff too on that. But we choose a lot of the same women. And they know that. But no, Phil, you're not choosing that woman. That woman's choosing you. In a perfect world, we would be doing the choosing. The only way you're going to do the choosing if you're like Travel Roll. If you go to the mall and you see a woman from afar and then you take your chance, now you're choosing. But those dating sites, you're not choosing. That's a fact. The only way you're going to choose is if you come over here and you have the balls, the testicular fortitude to introduce yourself to a woman, which most of us don't have. So we let the dating site introduce the women to us. Well, there's a price you have to pay, not only a monthly price, but the quality of the women probably going to go down. The chances of you meeting a scammer or somebody that's been with a foreigner before or that's got a lot of red flags, they're going to go up. And the only thing that saves us is Filipinos are nice people because we stick our necks out. We stick them out so far that if you were in America or any of these other Western countries, the woman would cut your damn head off. But over here, the only thing that saves us, we're such fools, man. We come over here. Like I said, sometimes I need to put on a damn wig and get on one of these damn dating sites and be set for life. Y'all don't realize there's foreigners over here who got their girlfriends online getting money from y'all. Because y'all don't listen to guys like me. You say, you can't tell me anything. I'm a grown man. I'm going to do what I want to do. Maybe you can do, maybe in America I can't tell you anything because you know the game over there. You don't know the game over here, man. It's slimy in a lot of ways. Those dating sites are slimy. Trust me. And if you want to find a good woman, you come over here and meet her yourself. That's why I don't get on the dating sites anymore. I'm so fortunate, man, in a woman that I got. Do you think I would go back on those dating sites knowing what I know now? No way I would do it. Sam Chaplin says, Cal, let me know what you and your family need. He said, I'm putting together that Balikbayan shipment. Still got a ways to go before I send it out. Just want to send what you can use, something for everyone. Text me. Okay, brother, but I'll tell you what, Sam, you're an expert, you and your beautiful wife, in that stuff, man. I've never told you what I wanted. And when y'all send that stuff, it's always what we need. Believe it or not, we still got stuff you sent. And I was talking to a guy, I think it was Mo, or somebody I was talking to about these Balikbayan boxes because he was saying, what's the best way to send stuff back over here that he's going to need? And I told him the Balikbayan box. They give you this big box. There's no weight limit. You just fill it all the way up. But the time, effort, and expense that goes into it, because I used to send Balikbayan boxes back to my wife's family. Man, that's why I never take them for granted. I don't care what's in them. I've done it so many times. It's like Christmas over here. But yeah, these dating sites, they're brilliant. It's a lot of psychology that goes into it, and it gets us. It trips us up. It's going to get to a point where you're going to be like, the hell with those dating sites. I'm just going to have to take my chances. But what happens is guys come over here, they think women are going to come up to you on the street, and sometimes they will, but it'll be in a way that where they're not really trying to pick up on you. They may give you some signs. They may smile at you. They may say hello or something like that. But we're afraid to talk to women over here. So we get on the dating site. And well, you get what you get. It is what it is. So don't complain. Tim West says the women in America have a hard way of rejecting you. Majority of them treat you like you're beneath them if you don't have what they're looking for. Yeah, they just think because they look good, you're supposed to spend all your money and buy everything. And I don't get that. I've never really gotten that. Hey, Mike, thanks for that super chat. He says, hey, Cal, thank you for all that you've done for this community. We appreciate you, brother. God bless. Man, I appreciate you, Mike. You've been here almost from the beginning. Let's see. JT says, can you spell Balikbayan? Okay. And a Balikbayan is a Filipino returning home from abroad. Either they're a OFW or they've gotten a job in Canada, in America, they're married over there, they relocate, and they're coming back home. That's a Balikbayan. So then a Balikbayan box is what they send their friends and family over here to the Philippines. Remember, OFWs and Balikbayans, man, they account for like 10% of the GDP in money and everything. So they'll send stuff back that's not available over here. Things that they need. They really share their blessings. But that's what a Balikbayan is. So I came over here on a Balikbayan visa. My wife was a Balikbayan. But because I was her husband, I qualified for it. The husband, the children, and the parents. Hey, what's going on? Franz Pracio Jr., thanks for that super chat. He said, what's up, Brother Cal? He said, I'm waiting for the audio version of your book. Any ideas when? Yeah, when I go to Dumageddon, I'm going to get in the studio. I'm going to do it. And thanks, man. And I hope y'all come to the meet and greet. It's going to be in Lapu-Lapu, May 28th. But I haven't got the details. I got Michael Beach Your Life. Has Q Adventures gotten back with you with all the details? Yeah, but that's Balikbayan right there. Rodney Dasher says, America guys thinking ways they American thinking. Yo, it's just our American thinking. See? And that's all you got when you come over here, but that's bloggers like me try to help you with. Just a little bit. You know, we're trying to tell you what's going on over here, but you ignore it. You ignore it, brother. You say, he can't tell me anything. I'm a grown man. I know what to do. I know how to handle women. Well, when you see this video that me and Marilyn's going to talk about today, you're going to be shocked because some of us are targeted over here. And you say, oh, I know that, but not to the degree that we're going to talk about it is. What's up, TJ? He says, much appreciated. Glad to be here, man. He says, welcome back. Okay. He says, he said, yeah, Derek got me with me about the details. I just arrived back in Cebu, so I get on tonight. Thanks, brother. Because it's going to be on my birthday. I figure let's just do it all at once. I'll be the big 6-0 if the creek don't rise, man. I'm excited about that. You know, because being 60, man, is a big deal. My father died at 61. So I know he wasn't ready to die. And my mother, my mother, here's the type of mother I grew up with. This type of family I grew up in. So when y'all say, oh, Calvin, he's so nice, he does this and does that. My father left my mother in 1969. They split. They never divorced, but they split in a new city by herself with the kids. My mother was so proud she wouldn't go back home because everybody told her, don't follow him to Louisville, Kentucky. Well, anyway, for the last month of his life, my mother allowed my father to come back home because he didn't want to die alone. See, a lot of men, whatever you looking for out there, man, it's not out there. But that's what he thought. He thought, well, a bird in the hand is not better than two in the bush. Maybe I can find something better out there, but he never did. So she let him come back, but my father was angry, man. I was like, why is daddy so angry, mama? She said, because he knows he's die. He said, people who know they're going to die and aren't ready to die, they're angry. What's up, Craig Anthony? Thanks for that super sticker. And so I'm 60. I'll be 60 if the creek don't rise. My father was 61. Imagine how young he was. I think Franz Pracio Jr., my buddy, I think his father was 61. Man, we're young, man. We're not ready for the graveyard. So, yeah, I would be mad, too. Philippines in full effect. He said, what's up, Cal? Shouting out from the gym. I'm on the bike, and Bell's on the treadmill now. Done with our lifting. Have a great day. Yeah, I got back in the gym yesterday with Maryland. It was my first time back since I came back. I'm addicted to the gym now. If I don't go, I feel I'm cheating myself. Moments with Mitch says, I enjoyed your book, Cal. Very eye-opening. Thanks, man. I think it was good. And I'm working on the next couple of days. I'm going to go on and upload part 2 of the setup. Then I'm going to just go on and release the others. I've already got 4 stories already written. They're done. And then I've got 2 more in my mind I haven't put on paper yet. ZZZ, I guess he's asleep. Red flags, you mean the scammers? No. They're not scammers. Retard 29. It's just red flags that we ignore that could cause you problems down the line. What's red flags mean? It means danger up ahead. It could mean proceed with caution. It could mean don't do it. Don't fool with her. But the last one was if she's dealt with a foreigner before. And I'm not talking about just chatted with him. I'm talking about if she laid down with a foreigner before, that's a red flag. And I don't care what anybody said. Oh, it didn't work out. She made a mistake. Yeah, well, I don't care that she had a relationship with a Filipino. I don't care because they share that common culture and everything like that, and you can expect that. But for somebody to fly all the way over here, knowing what I know about that situation, because I know we're going to turn them out. I mean, we're going to take them all the way to the limit and drop them off, man. And when it don't work out, she's going to be jaded. She's going to be angry. And she's probably going to take it out on you. Or maybe, it worked out and she was in love and he left. And it's the best thing she's ever had. But then here you come. You're going to be a rebound. Who wants to be a rebound? To help her get over her broken heart. I don't want that. It's too many women over here, man. I want to be appreciated. You're going to miss out on the Philippines, and the Filipino has to offer that type of experience. You don't want to come over here for somebody's leftovers, man, because that's what it is. Ron Scudder, thanks for that super chat. He said, hello, I really appreciate your honest info. Oftentimes, a lot of us can't handle the truth. They'd rather go through life with rose-colored glasses. And I believe that's what the guy said. He said, a lot of us, we love to collect red flags. We really don't want to know the truth. So they say, Cal, you're telling too much, but really I'm not. It's so much nittier and grittier over here that you wouldn't even believe it. And you're not going to see that till you get here. But I at least want to, give you a heads up to say, okay, if you walk in that house is on fire. Last week, that house blew up. You don't want to sleep overnight in that house. That's the type of information I really give. Kamal said, chasing waterfalls. I've learned the hard way. Well, yeah. But these are just some red flags that and y'all come up with some good ones too. But it doesn't mean she's a scammer. It just means that, proceed with caution. Here's another big one. She's married, are separated. That's a real big red flag, but some of you guys don't care. You haven't had a woman in so long that you can't see the dangers involved with that. You can't even see the awkwardness of that. She's married or separated. I don't want that. That's a red flag, man. Okay? The marriage didn't work out with him. What makes you think it's going to work out with you? Oh, you're the exception. I forgot. No, you're the rule. There you go. Have a nice day. It says, having been there over 25 times and soon permanently, my best trips were meeting her after I got there. Worst trips were meeting a girl from a dating site. She's never the same in person. Yeah, see, a lot of guys, that could be a lot of our experience if we had the balls, but most of us don't have the balls to do it. We're afraid. Beauty intimidates us in the West. Because if you look at it over in the West, the beautiful women and the beautiful people, they get advantages that the regular people don't have. They're on television, they become models, they get the best jobs. All the opportunities go to the beautiful people. They're put on a pedestal. And so beauty intimidates us. Or you go talk to a nice looking, beautiful woman over there, man, you're liable to get your head handed to you. But over here, it's not like that. Women are approachable here. Nice. They're almost, apologetic that they may be married or have a boyfriend. But a married woman here is a red flag. Even though, okay, sometimes you see it works out. That's the exception. The rule is it's not going to work out. It didn't work out in her marriage. It's not going to work out for you. That's the rule. The exception is, like the guy Sean Statzer the other day. Woo-hoo, he says. 5 years and 5,000. That she got her annulment papers a day. That's nothing to be excited about, man. You're just one step closer to your damn annulment or to your damn divorce. That's all. I mean, y'all don't want the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. It didn't work out with him. He's half your age, in better shape, but it's going to work out for you. The Beach of Life says, dating these girls with big bags, then asking why they missed the bus. TJ Johnson said, baggage big enough to get you kicked off Air Asia. Tim West said, Cal, these videos are third for some of us. The things we deal with as men in the States can sometimes cloud our judgment. Going to need a renewed mindset if we're to travel overseas for a mate. You're right. And that's why I tell you, now you hear everybody saying it, but I'm the one that told you, you were the prize. You were the catch. You're the diamond. That comes from Sunshine Shoulders. Everybody else says, well, I better hurry up and tell them that too, because he's telling the truth, but we're not going to, they didn't want to tell you. They're going along with the dating sites to make you think the woman is the prize over here. She's not. Why is she the prize? She can't even go anywhere. She can't get on a plane and go anywhere. You have to come over here. See? So if you're going to come all the way over here, the expense, the time, and all of that, don't you want to get at least what you came for? And that's why I tell guys, don't give up, man. You done paid all that money, all that time on that little aluminum hot dogs, what I call them, airplanes. Come over. Don't leave until you get what you came for. Take some chances. What's the worst that can happen? When you meeting women in person, you got to start at the top. You got to talk to the beautiful women because those are the ones who aren't being talked to just like they aren't being approached in America. Now, if you're online, it's the opposite. You want to deal with the 4s, the 5s, and the 6s online because that way you're going to get a catch. They're not getting any attention. It's all the Instagram models and these filtered photos. They're the ones getting all the attention online. But the 4s, the 5s, and 6s, which are going to look better in person when you meet them. And how can you go wrong with a 22-year-old? How can you go wrong if she's a 4, 5, or 6? We call them yummy 6s in the community. But we go for the 10, so everybody goes for the 10s. She never gets back with you, or she does find somebody. So she says, well, hell, I'm not going to waste all these other profiles. And she starts asking for money or getting sympathy for you, and you start sending money. But yeah, that's why I tell you that you got a royal flush when you come over here. That doesn't mean take your royal flush and beat the woman over the head with it and mistreat her. I'm just saying that you can walk tall, that you can be choosy. We've got these women being choosy. They can't afford to be choosy over here, man. They'll starve being choosy. I said that. If you're online and you're going to try to be choosy, then you're going to starve. But if you're a man, you can come over and be choosy, because I told Mo today, he said, yeah, for every woman, there's probably 100 other women. No, it's 10,000 other women. Just get it. Let's be truthful about it. If all you got is looks and sex, there's 10,000 other women who can offer me that, and who may have more in common with me than you have, who may, have less baggage than you have. So don't come with that choosy stuff with me. Be thankful that I've even taken the time to say, to show my interest in you. But we've gotten to the point where it's flipped the script. They're laughing at us over here. They're making fun of us over here. I've heard women call me and gorillas over here. I know it pissed me off. I won't even deal with them no more. They were friends at first. But when I heard them call, I'm like, you catch your fucking nerve. Man, to put all that time and effort to come over here to talk to you, and you want to call them a gorilla. That pisses me off, man. I'm here for us. That's why I started the community. That's why I started the support group, because they have a support group. Listen to me, man. They have a support group here and abroad, and it's powerful. But yeah, we got to be more choosy. That's all. We got to learn, and less desperate. More choosy and less desperate. Start throwing these women back, and you'll see that we can flip the script. But it's probably going to take 1,000 years, because we're so ignorant over here. I'm just being honest, man. Coming over here, spending millions on strangers. Women who would never earn that money in their lifetime. Who, by the way, guys, they don't deserve it. Not because they're not nice women and they're not decent human beings. It's because they just don't deserve that from you. No Kingo De Niro says, what's up, Cal? Would you recommend dating a Filipino living in the U.S.? Oh, man. Well, going there, because despite what people think, a lot of Filipinos, they earn their way over to the States by way of their jobs, by way of their education, and different things like that. So I would say, find out why she's there. But if a man bought her there, I certainly wouldn't fool with her. If a man bought her there, and then she ran off or whatever it was, it didn't work out. What makes you think it's going to work out with you? But if you have the mindset to say, okay, I'm just going to enjoy, I'm not looking to marry, I'm not looking for all of that. I'm just going to enjoy being with a beautiful, attractive woman who values me, then go right ahead. But we come over here looking to marry, man, and that's the first big mistake we make. You don't have to get married over here to have a good time, man. Why do we want to get married? You're falling into that trap. They want to get married. They're in the hurry to get married. You shouldn't be. You should just enjoy and be like, okay, if it happens, it happens. If it don't, well, I spent 30 days over here in a beautiful country. I saw so much. I did so much. And by the way, I did meet a few nice looking women who I normally wouldn't meet at home. And you go home, everybody's a win-win situation. But you come over here, you fall in love, you start spending millions of pesos, then don't work out. Now you go home jaded. Oh, I don't like the Philippines. Oh, I don't like Filipino women. That's not what you say it is. No, you did that to yourself. Your expectations are way up here. Geechee Lion Music says, I hear you, Cal. I don't want leftovers. It's a hard pill to swallow. These are hard comments. Yeah, but sometimes you gotta be hard, because let me let you guys in on a open secret. Filipinas are going to seem cold to us because you can spend $1 million pesos on them and they'll say, well, I didn't tell you to do that. Or you can fall all in love and she not be in love with you. I didn't tell you to fall in love with me. They can spend time and have a good time with us without falling in love and let it be what it is. If it's going to develop, okay. If not, and some of them can intentionally go in knowing that, hey, I'm going along for the ride. I'm going to take everything from you that I possibly can. They can be cold. They're not cruel, but they can be cold. No woman but Marilyn understood my anxiety and depression. They didn't give a damn. It's not because they were cruel and it seemed cold to me, but it was just their culture. Their problems over here are so much larger. They were like, anxiety? Hell, I'm trying to eat today. What the hell about your anxiety? Man up is basically what they said. See, and they seem cold, but they're not. I mean, they are cold. They seem cold to us, but they're not really cruel. It's just a cultural thing. But you run over here and, we do all this stuff. We stumble over ourselves. And then we try to blame it on the woman. Oh, she's a scammer and all that. No. Some of the stupid stuff I see men do over here, somebody needs to slap them, man. Somebody needs to shake them awake. You can't use your age as a damn excuse. You still deserve to be treated. I can't wait to do this video because it opened my eyes, man. We know that, foreigners, they want a foreigner for a better life and this and this and that. But I didn't know we were really targeted to the extent that we're targeted over here. And, if I can say something that's going to open somebody's eyes and stop them from sleepwalking, in some kind of dreamland, and say, you're still on planet Earth when you come over here. You're not in outer space. These are still human beings over here. Two says, I think I've met a good girl. I've met her and her family, but now LDR. Can only visit every couple of months for now. How do you stop the insecurities? Or is it stupid not to keep your guard up? Well, see, that's the whole thing about LDR. It's funny that, I'm glad you even sharing this. You being honest enough to share it. I don't do LDRs. I never have. I don't do them. They're too painful. Why would you want to put yourself through that? You fall in love with a woman. She's falling in love with you. You have the greatest relationship. Now you got to go back 8,000 miles away. You can't see her. You can't touch her. You got to look through some damn small screen on her phone and your computer or whatever. Why you want to do that, man? Sometimes I never stayed away more than 2 months. I've never chatted with a woman longer than 2 weeks because I don't want that long-term. I don't want that long-distance relationship. It's painful, man, and it's torture. You love her. You know what you got over here, but you just can't get over here. It's like being in prison or something, man. Don't do it. You heard Sex Travel Vlogs. She said it. I didn't. Filipinos don't like long-distance relationships. She said that's one of the reasons she dates older men. She's married now. She said because they don't have to go back home. They can stay over here with us. We don't like long-distance relationships, but y'all don't listen. We think, oh, it's going to be different. No, it's not. Nobody want no long-distance relationship, man. I hear you, brother. But, what do you think? Is it stupid to keep your guard up? No. I mean, you're going to have to deal with whatever you got to deal with the long-distance relationship because you voluntarily stepped into it. Get your money together, man, where you don't have to leave. Or you can bring her over there with you, whatever is going to work. Well, man, these long-distance relationships, man, are foolish. And I don't care, man. You can get mad at me. I'm just telling you, they are. It's not like she lives in California and you live in Chicago, and you could go see her every damn weekend if you want to. Or she lives in Cincinnati and you live in Louisville, Kentucky. She lives on the other side of the planet. Why you want to, now when you leave, you're taking her home with you up here. You're going to constantly think about it. You're at work. You're not free. Where's Give Me Freedom at? He's got his profiles, Give Me Freedom. I want to be free, man. I don't be worried about what some woman's doing over here. More than likely, some other man's coming over here is going to hit on her because they'll show you, oh, he wanted my number. You know what that means for real? She's not trying to make you jealous when she tells you that. You know what she's telling you? See, that's another man. If you want to leave, you can. I got another man. Well, you might be right. Somebody else is interested. Yeah, but that's only one. And is he going to treat you like me? Whereas if you flip that around, there's 10,000 of you, lady. You want to talk slick? Well, go ahead and walk. I don't care. There's 10,000 more women. And many of them are more compatible with me anyway. I just haven't given myself the time of day to go out there and search. I'm too much in a damn hurry. Carrie Lalonde says, or she snuck in his wallet and charged on his credit cards without permission more than once, and the foreigner saw the writing on the wall. I don't know. Yeah, trust is big over here. If you can't trust a woman, I'm sorry, man. Come on. She would have to be gone. Here it is. Give me freedom. I appreciate you, brother. He said for the super chat. So thank you again, Cal. Just bless your PayPal. You're a wealth of knowledge and greatly appreciate it. Well, I really appreciate it, man. I'm gonna tell you something. And I was talking to Mo. I just give people my experience, my perspective. That's all. I'm not really telling you what to do. I'm telling you the stuff I've been through, or I'm seeing right up close, man. It's not like it's something I've heard. Either I'm seeing it, living it, or experiencing it. I just call it the nitty gritty. But I do that because everybody should do it. Why would you come over here, get scammed, and then hide that? See, because that's what John's going to do in the story. He's not going to even tell anybody that he lost that 60,000 because he's too embarrassed. And I'm not going to give you the whole part two, but this is what we do. Instead of him going back and say, you know what, y'all were right. I got scammed over there. I should have been more careful. Here's what happened, so it won't happen to somebody else. Now, we'll cover it up. We'll stuff it way, way deep down somewhere in our subconscious mind. It won't never see the light of day. So then guess what? Somebody else comes over and gets done the same way. Hey, Elliot, thanks for showing up. You're fired, by the way. No, I'm just joking. Hey, Chocolate Man, Mike, Philippines experience. He said, you're correct, Uncle Cal. You need to see your lady once a month. Have a prosperous day. Wow, once a month. There you go. Have a nice day. Says an LDR after you met her can cost you a lot of money. Thank you. That too, you cause your skin because you got skin in the game. Now she would tell you every money problem she has. You'll feel her pain because you have been there. Yeah, and you emotionally connected now. Remember, a lot of foreigners come over here, but let the truth be told, they love Americans, really. You know why? Not only because they got a connection with us, because they know we're very sympathetic, and they play on our sympathy. Of all the people who come over here and been fools with their money, almost to the latter, they've always been Americans. And Filipinos know that. But yeah, you're right. You're going to be emotionally connected. Now okay, you done seen the plywood shack, ramshackle plywood with the roof leaks, no aircon, no nothing. She got to go down to the river to wash clothes. Now everything she says, you're going to start sending money, more of it now, because you've seen it, like he said, with your eyes, and she got you. And then we'll justify it. Well, that's my woman. I'm just trying to help somebody. Because you said help other people now. You know why you're doing it. Good luck, Chuck. He says, I've been chatting with a nice Filipino for a couple of months. Meeting her in Manila next month, then go to Palawan for a few. What should I do to minimize my chances of waking up with my stuff gone? Well, that's, like I said, you can get unlucky, but most of the times, I don't think that's something you got to worry about. But that's what we're talking about today. You got to start asking us some questions. If you don't ask, they're not going to tell. What kind of stuff are y'all talking about online? If it's all this sugary stuff, because she's going to ask you another reason why I don't chat online with women for long, because they'll drive you crazy with all the questions they bombard. How long you been divorced? Who's divorced? Whose fault was it? Who's got the kids? Yeah, it's all of that. How much is your pension? But we won't ask nothing. We'll sit back there and we'll answer the questions like we'll go through that rigorous interview that she's going to give us. But we want to ask one question. Oh, we'll ask, are you married? Do you have children? No. Have you ever been arrested? Do you use drugs? Have you ever dealt with a foreigner before? Have you ever even been to Palawan before? Have you been to any hotel before? Who are you? You know, that's how you minimize your chances of waking up with your stuff gone. Yeah, you know, just be careful. You know, who's to say that why you see this is what I'm telling you before. Why you don't even know the woman. Why are you taking on this expensive vacation? What has she promised you that's going to make you take on this expensive vacation? Put everything you got at risk for a stranger. You wouldn't do that in America, but you're going to do that over here. You know why you're going to do it over here, don't you? Good luck, Chuck. Because you see everybody else doing it, so you think it's okay. Because all you hear is the good stories. You don't hear the bad ones. You only hear the good ones. So you think it's okay to come way over here, take a woman on an expensive vacation that she would never be able to go on by herself, could never afford it. Lay down, close your eyes with your wallet there, what I would do until you know you can actually trust her, I would just lock my stuff up in my suitcase. That's what I would do. And then I would have the key. Now, if they, and remember, I'm telling you what's going to help you over here. The CCTVs everywhere. So if they see the woman leaving with that big ass suitcase of yours, well, she's not going to be able to even carry it. Because all my stuff's going to be in there. She ain't going to be able to carry it. It's going to look awkward. And she's going to make some kind of noise trying to get out of that room with that big ass suitcase. So I would put it all in my suitcase and lock it up. You do that when you get on the plane. Who puts their check-in luggage on the plane without a lock? Without a TSA approved lock? Who does that? But you're going to come all the way over here. Get over here. Then you done locked up all your possessions and everything so these fools at the airport don't rob you. But then you come right over here, take off the lock, put it, just open everything up to some woman you don't even know. Well, that's how you minimize your chances of getting. You lock the shit up. Jason G. Now, Sunshine Shows really tells what I do. I just sometimes, because 92% of my viewers are men and 100% of you are going to deal with a woman in some way, shape, or form when you get over here. We have to have these discussions from time to time, Jason. It's just that, it's just that simple. Oh, okay. Two says, thanks, Cal. I'm in Oz, but 45 and can't retire for a couple of years. Just lonely now. I really need to start fresh when I land for good, I guess. I hope to be working a month about soon. Well, bring her there then. I know that a lot of these countries, not America, but a lot of these countries, they're strict on giving these women citizenship and even visas. But Americans, man, we don't do nothing really to protect their citizens. They basically, it's a simple process. Yeah, you gotta wait it out. As long as she doesn't have the NBI and all that, as long as she's not a mass murderer over here, they're gonna let you take her home. But a lot of countries like Australia, New Zealand, they're strict, man. Because a woman, you can take a woman to America, and once she gets the green card, then the removal of conditions for that 10-year green card, then maybe a year or two later, hell, she can become a U.S. citizen. And that's when you're going to really got. When you're dealing with women over here and you're still on your honeymoon after 4 or 5 years. It's only when they don't need you anymore. When you put them in a position where they can take care of themselves either here or there, then you're gonna know what you got. You don't know what you got. Guys, I've been with you're wrong, Cal. I've been with my wife for 2 years and we're happy. You're still on your honeymoon. She still needs you. You don't know what you got. Chase Uber says, filed our K1 visa today, met her online 11/5. Wow. Met her in person 11/21. Okay, so you must have had some type of special visa to get over here. Oh, no, it's right. They opened up in February 2022. This pandemic and outbreak got me messed up. He said, spent 6 weeks there, put her into a good apartment before I left with Wi-Fi. We video call 6 to 8 hours a daily without fail. Is he moving too fast? Absolutely. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You moving too fast. But, there's no way you can have gotten through, all that. There's no way in that short of a time you know everything you need to know about her. And just because, what did the lady say? She came on here. She said, just because you chat with her online, are you face-to-face time with her online, doesn't mean she's your girlfriend. Doesn't mean she's not doing anything bad. Not to say that your woman is doing that, brother. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's too short, man. Nobody else is going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you. It's too short. It's too much going on over here with this culture and your culture. It's too big of a difference, man. You don't do it. I voted. Thanks for that super sticker. Hey, Hal Funk basically said, hey, Cal, you're hitting all cylinders on the ugly side of dating a Filipino. It's very difficult to ride the fine lines of asking difficult questions without insulting her. Well, she's going to insult you because she's going to ask you every question you're going to ask. See, I call it the 360. This is 360. It's a circle. I can't just talk about the good things with a Filipino because there's many. But these are just a few red flags I wrote down to try to help you guys because I know you're going to come over here. 100% of you are going to deal with a woman in some way, shape, or form. You don't even know, okay, the guy who did his K1 visa, best wishes, really, I mean it. I hope you're making everything like that. So I come up with a few that's going to help you to keep it all together. But we jump into it too fast. There's just no way we can get to know them as much as we need to know. But, I guess, no balls, no blue chips, no risk, no reward, right? But, I'd like to see, but see, the problem is going to be this. Here's going to be the problem. He's going to have, if it does blow up, he's not going to tell us because he's going to be ashamed. Because he doesn't want to hear that I told you so, right? And he's going to say, well, it's my business. None of your business. I'm not going to tell. Get up. Oh, my God. What? See, you're going to make me hurt you. I'm not playing. Get her off them steps. I don't care. You need to be right on her. All she needs to do is fall one time, and it's over. Don't have her playing on those steps. It's not good. Oh, you gone, Mo? Take care, man. Hell, it's 10:48. I thought you... What time's your your boat? 1 o'clock. Yeah, okay. Hey, Ryan, the eating warrior, thanks for that super chat. He said, don't bring them back to your home country. I was married 5 years to a Filipino and found out she was sleeping around while I was deployed last year. We're now divorced. Just moved to the Philippines. It keeps them safer for us men. Thanks for sharing your experience, brother. And even though he's going to shut it, didn't I just tell you that the first 3 or 4 years, you're still on your honeymoon with these women. They've got patience of a saint, patience that we don't have, and they can wait you out. I interviewed a guy. These guys a lot of times are exception. They're the rule of what happens when you marry these much younger women, okay? And you marry them and you take them home with you or whatever, even if you move over here. And first of all, you really don't, what do you really have in common with a woman 30 years younger than you? From a whole different culture, but sex. And after the sex, you start learning stuff every single day. They tell these little white lies and it drives you crazy. You got the next pets over there. The minute you leave the house or the minute she arrives at work, all they're, filling her head with stuff. But we think it's going to work because we're the exception. A lot of times we're the rules, guys. I didn't say, even though the video I made was stop, don't bring your Filipino wife or girlfriend over. I'm not saying that. I was telling you the risk that go along with you bringing them home. It's a risk, guys, because you don't know what you got, because you really don't know who you're bringing over there. How could you know who you're bringing over there when you meet a woman 11-5, you come over here 11-21, you spend 6 weeks with her, 6 weeks, and you think you know everything? Oh, but we chat every day. Okay, I'm saying good luck, man. I'm really not wishing bad luck on you, but more than likely it's not going to work out. Or you may stay married to her just so you don't have to listen to that I told you so and be miserable. But it's not just Filipinos. I was talking to a guy yesterday. Hell, he was married to a woman, and for 7 years, she was fooling around with his co-worker, and he didn't even know it. It come up with some, how he didn't even have a Facebook account. She left her phone open, and the Facebook, it was a pair of shoes. They're at a cathedral or something, and they both took off their shoes, and she was talking about that experience. 7 years, man, they were together. 7 years, she's fooling around with his co-worker, man. Damn. And the eating warrior says she played the long game for sure. Haha, we never had a fight, never had an issue at all. She was a great wife, to be honest, besides an affair. Yeah. Let me tell you something, man. I was married just like him. Okay. Never had a fight, never had an issue at all. She was a great. But the minute I was talking about moving back to the Philippines, she didn't want to, but she never told me. She came back over here with me. Am I blaming her? No, but she should have been more honest and told me I don't want to go back to the Philippines. Came back here, stayed 6 months, and boom, was gone. See, was gone, man. I had the perfect wife. No argument, no fight, no nothing. But the minute I said, hey, let's go back over to the Philippines, now her intentions, her true intentions came out. She didn't want that. She wanted that visa. She wanted that life in America. DJ Spam, solo in Sin City, said Cal dropping truth bombs in Hawaii. I see it all the time. Guys marry and bring her here and bam, girl leaves the guy for another man. It happens more than what we're letting on. Because a lot of the guys, you talk to them over here, and they got the best relationship in the world. They got the perfect relationship, right? But it's just not true. Because since it's none of our business, they're not going to make it our business. They're not going to tell you what's really going on in there. Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Experience says, I met quite a few Filipinos pushing up on me hard when I first arrived here. I was pushing 320 plus pounds and knew these pretty women only wanted to come up. But see, you can be honest about it, Philippines Experience. That's why, we get along, because you're not in some delusion. But most of us come over here, we think we're the exception. We don't understand that in a lot of ways we're being targeted. The older you are, the better, really. Old men over here are really what they're looking for. But I'm not even going to get in front of the video we're going to talk about, because it's going to be eye-opening. It's the reason why a lot of these Filipino vloggers, man, I just have to say to y'all need to start telling us the truth about what's going on. But they're not going to tell you because remember, it's like a community. It's a support group. They're not going to tell you the secrets of the woman over here because they want you to keep coming over here, taking care of their sisters. But something like this, because all they want to talk about is what the Filipino wants and sex. Things that's going to get you coming over here. They're not going to give you the nitty gritty. I'm only going to give you the nitty gritty because I'm on here for y'all. Whether you appreciate it or not, I'm going to give you everything I got over here to help you. But most of us ignore the red flags. That's why I made the live stream today. Don't ignore the red flags in the Philippines because they're there. But we're going to ignore them because we think the woman really loves us. No, she don't. A lot of times, they don't love you. Chase Uber, thanks for that super chat. And I just want to tell you, brother, we're not picking on you. We're just saying, I'm just telling you, I'm a 60-year-old man. I've been over 14 years on and off, 5 years in a row. I don't know. I've just scratched the surface of what I know about what's going on over here, man. But you got to take that chance, I guess. No risk, no reward. But it took me, and I didn't have a channel, but I knew enough that it was 4 years. Let's see. I met my wife in September 2010. I didn't bring her over to June of 2014. It was almost 4 years. Yeah. I need to know everything I need to know. I need to turn over every damn rock. I need people to come forward, the ones that are jealous of her, who are, maybe who even really care about my feelings, and to tell everything needs to come out of the bag before I pull that trigger. Because listen, Chase, once you pull that trigger, you can't turn the clock back. Once she gets that visa and comes over there, it's too many guys that message me all the time. They've had their hearts crushed, broken in two, because the woman's playing the long game and we can't see it. We just see this beautiful, young, attractive woman who's showing us more attention than we've ever been shown before. Okay? We're literally taking them for face value. You can't do it. But he says, my fiance is paranoid about other Filipinos stealing me. Yes, dedicated iPads for video call. She watches me when I sleep. I watch her when she sleeps. I have a lot of experience. Shared IG and FB accounts. Yeah, man. Like I said, best of luck, brother, is all I can tell you. Because you're going to need it. You're really going to need it. TJ said, that's like trying to buy a car it's banned in your country. Yeah, or you look at that car, because you hit on something, TJ. Why do you think the used car business is so slimy and has made people rich? Anybody in the car business will tell you that they probably earn more on a used car than a new car because we're going for the looks and the outside only. The transmission's leaking. Or you may even have, what you talking about? You know what they used to put in transmissions back in the day? It may have a bad engine. It's high mileage. They done turned the mileage back on the damn thing. All kind of stuff. The tires are slick. It's all kind of stuff, man. It's the same type of thing we do over here. We literally take these women for what they look like only. Oh, she's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. Okay. And that's it, basically. We don't ask them any questions. We don't dig. There's no way, dudes, in 6 weeks you're going to know enough about a woman to sign that visa, man. The only reason your relationship's going to work is you're going to be fortunate as hell, man. You're going to be fortunate as hell. Sam W., thanks for that super chat. He said, my cousin's co-worker was brought here and is fooling around with every guy who will respond. Her husband is older and sickly and brung her here. Yeah, that's basically the story. And I'm going to tell you that story. We're going to tell you the story today so you'll never say that no one's ever told you. Because all these big vloggers and all that, they're in cahoots with the scammers. And you say, no, they're not. Yeah, they are, because they're not telling you everything they could tell you. So if they don't tell you, then they're in on the scam. Okay, because it's the biggest scam that's going on. It's probably the oldest scam that goes on over here. And it opened my eyes. That's why I tell you, I've been over, as long as I have been over here, I've only scratched the surface, if that. I know very little about this country, really, and the culture. I just tell you what I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. That's all I'm telling you. I'm not trying to be an expert, know it all. That's all I'm doing. That's what I'm telling you. But it's enough to help you, because it's probably a lot of the same stuff you're going to see, you're going to experience. But if you're in denial, I had to get mad at a guy. I'm like, look, guy, you're ignoring every red flag. Here's one, a big one. Pictures of other men in her phone. Okay? And this is going to kind of go along with another thing. If she doesn't ask to see your phone, or if she's not curious about what you got in your phone, that's a red flag, but it goes along with this one. See, if she doesn't ask you, hey, what you got in your phone? You got any pictures? Let me see who you're chatting with. That means she doesn't want you asking about her, so she's hiding something. But when a Filipina has pictures of her ex in her phone, man, that's a red flag. Or the men she's dealt with in her past, that's a red flag, because Filipinos, if they love you, they're dedicated to you. See, I can't argue their dedication and their commitment, because it's real. Once they're into you, they're going to get rid of every picture, and then they're going to replace it with every picture of you. And if it doesn't work out, they're going to get rid of your pictures and put the next man's pictures there, whoever they're dealing with. They're 100% into you. They're not going to have pictures of another man on their Instagram, on their Facebook, anywhere. If they do, it's a red flag. She hasn't let go. Okay? You're dealing with these foreign men, man. You don't know what they've done to her. They certainly turned her out. Okay, and then here you come. You don't know who you competing against. See, that's why I say, if she's ever been living with a foreigner or dealing with a foreigner, you got to throw her back. You don't know who the competition was. He might have a 12-inch, what they call it? Hell, dick. And here you is coming on the scene with a 4.5 inches, and thinking you beating something up. Or he may look like Justin Bieber, and here you are looking like death warmed over. You don't know who your competition is. But if you've never had any competition, then there's no competition. If she's never been with a foreign man, she's going to think you're the best thing since sliced bread. But if she got pictures of another man in her phone, dude, that's a red flag. You cannot ignore that. You cannot ignore it. She's going to get rid of all that, because she wants to prove herself to you that she's committed to only you. Nobody else on there. Why would she have a man on there if she still wasn't into it in some kind of way? But this guy, what happened here is the story. It's going to be the story that I tell today. TJ Johnson says, of course she's paranoid. She's almost got this visa locked up in the bag. Yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying. But we ignoring the red flags. He's ignoring that red flag, that she's basically spying on you, but you take it as a compliment. I don't want a woman watching me while I'm asleep. Quit calling me so much. Where's the trust? If you chatting her 6 to 8 hours a day nonstop, where's the trust? You're going to burn it out before it even gets started. That's another way that relationships don't work. We shoot out like a rocket, well, eventually it runs out of gas and it comes flaming down to the ground. Mike, married to a beautiful woman, says, it's not just Filipinos. Any woman can cheat. Yeah, but see, you got to understand, though. We're in the Philippines. Why are you talking about women somewhere else? Okay? Why would I be talking about women in Thailand and America and all that if I'm in the Philippines? The guys on here are interested in dating Filipinas. They want to know about Filipinos. You don't believe it? Look on YouTube. You'll see all the vloggers. All the subjects is basically what Filipinos want, what they eat for dinner, what they wear to bed. So, yeah, that's why we talk about Filipinos, Mike. Okay? And most anybody wants to be here. I told you. Of course, he says most Filipinos don't want to be in the West. Right. They want to be near their families. That's absolute truth. But that's old news. Everybody knows that. But there's going to be some guys who are going to, 92% of my viewers are men. 100% of them are going to be tied up with a woman some kind of way. A lot of them are going to bring them back home. Why not talk about things that you should be looking out for? Why not do that? But he thinks he's got something because the woman, he doesn't realize that this woman is henpecking him. I'm telling you that if you look up the word henpeck in the dictionary, it's going to be, a picture of a little bitty Filipino woman there. Dude, she's showing you the writing on the wall. You're just not looking at it. I don't want a woman, I don't care what she looks like, who she is, always on my back, always in my damn business. I'm a 60-year-old man. I don't want that. I don't care what you look like. You peering in on me every 6 to 8 hours a damn day, calling my phone, texting me. Who you with? Paranoid about Filipino women. She's showing you what your life's going to be like with her, dude. You ignoring it, though. It's a big red flag right there. See, guys, what I'm telling y'all? We ignore the red flags. She's going to henpeck your ass to death, man. You're going to wish for an American woman. You're going to wish for a Big Shirley by the time she gets through with you. K. Dallas says, I think they love what you can do for them. Yeah. But when we do this video today, it's going to shock you. It's going to make you mad at these Filipino vloggers y'all people put on these pedestals and you follow around and you're like, well, why didn't they tell us that? Why didn't they share that with us? Because they all know it. Every last one. I asked the guy yesterday, Jack, that's my buddy now, Jack Wolfinger. I asked his wife, I said, what's XYZ? And I used to saw her expression. She was talking to her mother, but when I said, what's XYZ? She was ready to get her mother off that phone. But she said, you mean blah, 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 blah. Yeah, and she started laughing, and Jack, now he's interested. What is XYZ? And, you just see the expression in her face that I knew. You could see it in her face. I was like, wow. But, yeah, it's there, guys. Randa Eating Warren says, I try to give my 2 cents as much as possible to try to save guys. It's been several months since the divorce, and I've mostly moved on and can laugh about the absurdity of it all. Yeah, I know it's got to still hurt, and that's okay, man, with our egos, as men. Just the thought of your wife freaking another man, and you're still loving her, y'all still together, and you find that out, man. After all, see, here's what happens to us. This is what makes me madder than anything else, especially when you bring them over there, okay? It's they forget about everything you did, all the sacrifices you made to get them over there. They think, oh, it's a given. They think, oh, it's no big deal. They don't realize all that you sacrificed, everything you did, the trust and everything that you do to bring them over there. Then they run off or they don't appreciate it. That's what makes me mad. Because I've done it. I've done it, guys. I've been there for you. They don't know everything you got to go through. See, they don't have to sign a 10-year affidavit of support. You do. And the government's going to hold you to that. See, they don't have to, and you have to do that until she marries again. See, just because you're divorced doesn't mean anything. You still got 5 more years, Ryan, to be responsible for that lady, even though you divorced her, until she gets married again. Bagichi Land says, Sunshine shows all these warnings should be appreciated and considered by the men in need. However, in many cases, the alternative is death and hell in America. As you know, no possible life here. Most of us are going to have positive experiences over here. But we got to tell the 360. if I just talked about the good things, the green flags, because uh, I've got a video talking about the green flags that says, hey, keep going, pursue this woman, marry her, move her in, or whatever it is. Help her. So I got to tell you the red flags too, but I'm not even talking about the red flags. I'm saying don't ignore them when you see them. This guy's seeing the red flags, this Chase Uber. He's seeing the red flags, but he's ignoring them. Y'all be thinking I'll just come up with this stuff just to put it on her. No, man. It's true. He's ignoring a big red flag. She's going to make his life miserable. Yeah, she might give you a blowjob every night, but what happens after that little 3 minutes of pleasure is over with? She's going to be on your ass. TJ Johnson says, thanks for that super chat. He says, engine done had 2 blown head gaskets and threw a rod, but you're out here shopping for a mechanic special with a nice chassis. Yeah, that's what happens. That's exactly what happens. Sawdust in the transmission. But he hit it on the nose. This is what I'm saying. It already has a blown gasket, TJ. We don't know it, though. And threw a rod and everything like that. Or you may have, I had a friend of mine, and may he rest in peace. He had a Rolls Royce, but it didn't have a Rolls Royce engine in it. He had a damn Ford V8 engine in his, but didn't nobody question it. All they were looking at was he had a Rolls Royce body. And that's why I'm saying, be careful when you buy these Rolls Royces, guys, over there in America. Make sure you look up under the hood and it has a Rolls Royce engine. He certainly was riding around. He was the talk of the town. But all they had to do was open up the damn hood. And that's all I'm telling Chase Uber and any of you guys to do. Open up her damn hood and look and see what's really inside there. You can't do that in 6 weeks. You just can't do it. They've got all the patience in the world, man, and they're going to put their best foot forward just like you did. He says, Chase Uber, that is no way to live. There will never be any trust developed. Yeah, she's showing him already, though, but he's ignoring it. Yeah, the good and the bad need to be looked at. But we won't look. We just want the good stuff. We want a guarantee. Most of the men watching this, they want a guarantee. When I come over there, I'm going to get a 10. She's going to be submissive. She's going to be obedient. She's going to do everything I want her to do. She's not going to look at nobody else because we think they're from outer space. These are women. You don't leave Earth when you come to the Philippines. You still on the planet Earth. And they do have some cultural differences, but they're still human beings. Ryan, the Eating Warrior, says the good and the bad need to be looked at equally. As much as I love the Philippines, you got to look at it all as a whole. You do. And when I say, look, man, fall in love with the Philippines first, they think I'm joking. They think, no, it's impossible. It's not. You come over here and you get your life together, really, and you're having a good time, it's going to show. It's going to come out. And along the way, you're going to meet people. But you're not in a hurry to meet anybody. You're not pressing. You eventually, one is going to fall in your lap. But by this time, you already got a nice place to stay. You're comfortable. You settled in. And then you pursue that. What we're doing, we're putting the cart before the horse. We're getting the woman first. And then letting everything else. You wouldn't do that at home. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't go out and apply for a mortgage at the bank and then go out looking for a job, would you? Wouldn't you get the job first and then apply for the loan or whatever it is? But no, we come over here, we take out the damn mortgage and don't even have a job because the woman is going to be your most expensive. That's your greatest expense over here. By far, nothing's going to come in close. All the transportation. When you see guys come here to visit me and they got their woman with them, guess what? They had to pay for her plane ticket. They had to pay for her bus ticket. They had to pay for her food, everything. Plus the rent that they're paying for at home and all that. Laura says, hi, red flags. You mean It's not a welcome bouquet of roses. No, but they make them look like a bouquet of roses. He says, don't bring them to the U.S. Some will just divorce you once they get their visa. And, well, not soon as they get their visa, but I've known that to happen. I got a friend on Facebook, but a lot of them will wait until you get the removal of conditions. The smart ones will. Because, when you do the K1, he's going to do the K1. He's going to bring her over. It's going to take about 18 months with pay for this to get that green card. They're going to give her, in the interim, they're going to give her a combo card. She can travel and get a job. But that even takes about 6 months. So for the first 6 months, she's just going to be there at home, waiting for him to get home, wearing his phone out because he's on his way home from work. She's wearing out, where are you? For the first 6 months. But then the smart people, you get your green card, then about another, I don't know, because my memory has been so long since I did it. But I did it. I paid for all of this. You have the removal of conditions. So then the 2-year green card becomes the 10-year green card. That is when they start saying, kiss my ass. This is when they say, I don't need, because they don't anymore. They can take that and just stay in the United States forever and just every 10 years renew that visa. Or they can move it into the citizenship. But they don't need you anymore. They need you for the removal of conditions, though. Once they get that green card, a 10-year green card, they don't need you. Because every 10 years they just renew it. Hey, Patterson said, Cal's on fire tonight. I'm loving the truth bomb, brother. Well, I'm like this all the time, man. Thank you. Honestly, though, because I try to bring you the nitty gritty, man. It's nitty and as gritty as I can. It's a lot nittier and a lot grittier, man. I'm telling y'all guys. It is. It's a lot colder over here, man, but it's not my place to tell you. I'm a guest here. I'm not going to go all the way in the mud, but I could. I'll let you do it, but at least I can put up a damn caution sign or a yield sign to show you guys, hey, look, most of us are going to have a pleasant experience. If that wasn't the case, I wouldn't still be here. But we're just talking about the other side today. That's all. We're just talking about that other side of the coin today that we very seldom talk about. Okay? She has another phone book. Yeah, calling me while I'm asleep. Don't you know how crazy? Look, listen, dude, watching me while I'm asleep, because she's not going to watch it, because you got to pay for the load or the Wi-Fi. But he's already moved into a place. Which who's to say somebody ain't knocking the back out of that already? They do it over here, man. Ask Marilyn. Her friend is in the bed. The guy's knocking her socks off, but she's talking to you over there in America. Yeah, honey. Okay, honey, goodbye, because he's slamming her. He's knocking her dead. And she's talking to you on the damn line. They do it. But we wouldn't, okay. Yeah, don't wake me up from my sleep, especially. Okay, you can look at me while I'm asleep, but don't wake me up out of my sleep. I divorce your ass just for that. Moments with Mitch said, immigration lawyer told me the visa's worth millions of dollars here. It's worth, there's no amount of money, man. Come on, I made a video on that. And we'll talk about that. You can't put a monetary amount on a visa. But we giving away, okay, for a penny. Moments with Mitch. I'm not picking on Chase Uber, but he came on here and said he's applied for it. He's doing it. We give them away for a penny. They're priceless. People are giving their lives up to make it in America, man. How many people that you probably pick up paper now? They done found a whole trailer load of people trying to sneak across the border where they've suffocated to death, or whatever it is, or they've walked themselves to death trying to get to America. They're literally giving their lives to get there. But we give the damn things away like they're not worth a fucking quarter. This is why I tell you guys to stop, man. meaning proceed with caution. I mean, do all your due diligence first before you sign that visa over, man. Because once you sign it over, there's no turning the clock back. You've given her something, man, that she can't get on her own. It's priceless. It's worth more than millions of dollars. Because they're smart. They're going to turn it into something else. I voted, said, thank you, Brother Cal, for speaking the truth. There are so few places to hear this boots on the ground nitty gritty. And I don't understand why. I don't understand why. Yeah, he meant an immigration lawyer. I don't understand why people don't want to tell you their experiences. That's all I'm telling you. I'm not picking on anybody. I'm telling you my experiences. What I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing, guys, and hoping that it can help you. That's what my channel's for. I get a lot of pushback by these veterans, the guys who've been over here for years and say, oh, we know that already. Well, I'm not talking to you. You know, these are the guys who think that, oh, yeah, well, I've been with my girl for 10 years. I know she's real. No, watch what I talk about today. Okay. Amo Nima says, I'm not saying all, but once they got their green card, they would divorce you. Well, it's a 10-year green card, see, because they still need you from the 2-year to the 10. Okay, they still need your signature. You still got to go there with her and all that. Unless that they really, let the truth be told, they really don't need you. But most Filipinos aren't going to go through the other route. They've got another route they can take. They use that Crimes Against Women and Children Act over there to get their 10-year green card. They'll say you're abusing them, and they'll go check themselves into where they go in a shelter for a certain amount of time. And see, then the people at the shelter will help them go from the 2-year to the 10 years, because they'll use that Crimes Against Women and Children Act over in America. They call it something. It's got a name for it. And they'll use that to get that 10-year green card, and they don't need you anymore. They're also, a lot of us are sleepwalking. But when you shake them awake, they get mad at you. Like, why'd you wake me up for, man? You getting ready to walk off the damn cliff. That's why I woke you up. You sleepwalking. You get ready. You know how you go to sleep at the wheel? Whoever went to sleep at the wheel, raise your hand. And you wake up just in time. What is that wakes up just in time? That's me over when you come over here. You sleep at the wheel, man. I wake you up just in time. You get ready to go over the damn thing, over the cliff. And I say, wake up, man. She's showing you who she is. Don't do it. Okay, Michael, beat your life. Thanks, man, for everything you do. Yeah, I want my freedom. I'm like that guy. Give me freedom. That's a great profile name. Give me freedom, guys. That's what I want. But he's not going to get it. He's going to be smothered over there. And he's going to be unhappy. Yeah, she may, give you the back door at night and all that stuff, but that ain't going to make you happy for 3 minutes. You got 3 minutes of pleasure, hell. And what's it's really not 24 hours in a day. It's like 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 46 seconds, right? That's really what it is. So you're going to have about 23 hours, 53 minutes, and 46 seconds of hell and 3 minutes of heaven. Yeah, I'd rather have them mad at us because they're mad. They're watching me now and they're mad because they've already stepped in the shit over here. They've already stepped in the shit. And you're like, look, man, there's some shit over there. Be careful. Watch out. They've already stepped in it. So they're mad at me now. They spent the millions and millions on a dud. She looks like a damn turkey with a wig. But you've already spent all this money on her, But mad at me. They're playing the game. They're getting played. because they're asleep. And they get mad at me for waking them up. A lot of these guys are like, hey, I'm ready to die anyway. Don't wake me up. Just let me go on and ride off the cliff. I crash into the tree. I'll flip over 10 times. You know, all the crazy stuff that happens when people go to sleep at the wheel and they run off the road. This is what a lot of these guys have gotten themselves into. We can't help them, Ryan, the eating warrior. We can't help them. You can't help a dead man. A lot of these guys are the walking dead over here. I hate to say it. Gerald Wilkins says, my parents told me I was a prize, knowing I'd bust my ass to accomplish being something. Os Gam says, I'm Mexican in the USA, and most men walk behind a woman. Robert Dame says, I might tell her we're having pizza and then stop and buy a plate of spaghetti and chicken. My mood changes fast and often, and she will need to deal with it. Yeah? Well, we got to deal with them too. You know, the thing is, we give them a lot more credit than they deserve. You know, being at the point that we know them. See, we don't know them well enough to give them all of this credit. So we'll say, oh, she's going to be better prepared to deal in my country than me over in her country. Well, how do you know that, really? Because that's what we're saying when we bring them over. We're saying she's more than likely she can adjust better in America than me adjusting in the Philippines. So we bring them over. We give them, we put all the, we cherish her as the prize. And it backfires on us a lot of times. Global Lissimo Black Man says, I would never bring any woman back to the West. I know the nitty-gritty game 15 years ago when I came on vacation to the Philippines. And we're not just picking on the Philippines because my buddy Darren Cooper, he was married to a Thailand woman. Hell, they'll flip your ass over too. You can fall asleep at the wheel in Thailand too, and Vietnam, and all these places. You know, in America, you just we're driving with a blindfold on over there. We can flip over at any time. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I didn't see it. It didn't show up. Oh, here it is. Thanks, brother, for the coffee fund, the super chat. I never take it for granted. I just didn't see it. It didn't pop up. Yeah, but we're riding around in a blindfold in America. TJ Johnson says, there could be some dingy little two-roomer in the squatters area. It isn't even worth the cost of the big round trip you took from California. Yeah, we're giving them, Curtis Thomas said, that's why I'm making sure if I'm over this time. This time, I think you did it before. See, he's ignoring the red flag. He's saying that it's going to be different this time. That's why I'm making sure if I bring my girlfriend over this time, like my ex-wife, I'm going to make sure she earns it. And here for me, just come to America. Well, see, you haven't learned anything. You haven't learned anything, Curtis. And she done, ran off from you over there. Did you dirty, got your visa, probably screwing somebody in the house you paid for, the bed you bought, but you think you're going to do it all over again and it's going to work out to your advantage. No, you may want to try something different. What do they call insanity? Doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. Well, that's what you're doing, Curtis. But I'm not even gonna pick on you. Okay, my son's mother married a guy and she divorced him after 5 years, right? But guess what? It was his sixth Filipino wife, man. He never learned his lesson. He bought 6 Filipinas over there because there's no limit to the amount of visas you can give away. Dummy. We're dummies. We're giving away these priceless visas for nothing, for a penny. Okay? And then we'll justify it. Well, I'm just trying to help. You told us to help somebody, Cal. I'm just, helping. I wanted to do something for her to change her life. No, that's not why you brought over there. You brought over there so y'all could live happily ever after. But he married 6 Filipinas in a row. And guess what? Guess how old he was? When she divorced him, he was 64. So he married 6 women in that little short span of time. The Dre Diggity show says, say, Cal, back in my days, the 90s, us military dudes used to get married to foreigners just to get BHA and BAQ real talk. Yeah, now see, now that's something, you know, but I don't think Curtis Thomas is in the military. I don't think Chase Uber's in the military. I certainly wasn't. But that is a game. Yeah. Yeah, scandalous. TJ says that laugh out loud. A younger me would be the slammer in that scenario. Now live in fear of eventually becoming the dude on the phone. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because this guy was slamming this woman. He was beating the back out of her, but she's talking to you on the phone, and you sitting there. Oh, we talk 6 to 8 hours a day. Yeah, and I'm beating the back out 6 to 8 minutes a day. And you think you got it all wrapped up. Yeah, 6 attempts, man. He got married 6 times. He says, if you marry a Filipino, or any woman really, we're not picking on the Philippines. I just happen to be in the Philippines, and we're talking about that experience. And bring her back to the States, just protect yourself and make everything in favor for you. Make her sign a prenuptial agreement with contingencies that's all in your favor. Yeah, but see, the United States government eliminates all of that with that 10-year affidavit of support. You're responsible for her for 10 years no matter what. And even though you sign a prenuptial agreement, she's going to be eligible for some of your things from the time you get married to the time you get divorced. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm pretty sure of that. Yeah, she had a whole room full of Pinoy boyfriends for 68 hours of fun. Yeah. But, we think because we chat with them face to face all that time, we can trust them. You can only trust them as far as you can see them. You need to be over here. There's no way, because from what I've seen, I'm telling you that you can't trust them. Y'all think I'm joking when I tell you that there's a guy watching my channel right now. His girlfriend is over here. His girlfriend. She has a live-in. They've been living partners for years. He's in on the game. You're sending money. You're sending Balikbayan boxes. You're going to sign the K1 visa once you make it over here. And she gives you a tune-up and oil change. Okay? You're going to go back. You're going to sign the visa. She's coming over. You're going to get married. She's going to divorce you, and she's going to bring him over. We think that that's not common. That's very, very common. Hey, thank you. Oz, is it Oz Gam for that super chat? He said a Mexican that can appreciate the knowledge. Well, I hate to even call you a Mexican, man, because I'm going to tell you, I hate to say this. It sounds so cringy. But one of my best friends in the Navy was Mexican. When I was stationed out in San Diego, we went to A school together, and we had some of the best times, man. He showed me around California. He was from California, and he took me to meet his family, and we had a time of our lives together, man. I never saw him again after that, though. And when the first trip I ever won as an insurance agent was to Playa del Carmen. No, the second trip. First trip was Vegas. Second trip was Playa del Carmen, Mexico. And we was treated as well as we're treated here. As a matter of fact, the people there, they have so much in common with Filipinos, the way that they treat you. I don't know if it's because we were on a resort and they trained to treat you real nice, but I mean, they were very, very nice, man. Now he says, prime example, look at the Campbell vlog. Well, I mean, what is it that we're looking at? Let me go back and see what he's talking about. Let's see what he's talking about. I don't understand it. Yeah, 6. He married 6 people. Mr. Passport King says, okay, I gave Cashapp my Google Voice number the other day, and they've been blowing up that number about 4 or 5 times each day. Yeah, don't do that, guys. And they're going to worry you to death. Just go ahead. When you know you got the money and you're going to go ahead and do that ticket, just do it, because that ASAP, I don't fool with them. Now, I do fool with Cheapo Air. I fool with, what's the other one? Damn it. Well, anyway. Oh, shoot. But I don't deal with that Cashapp because they get some type of commission. Because what'll happen is you could turn down their price. You'll be like, nah, it's too expensive. And hell, they'll call you back again with another deal. And they'll just keep on doing that. Yeah, some men forget that. Over here, we certainly are. In this game, just in this game, I'm not saying we're better than Filipinos or Filipinos. I'm saying in this dating game that's being played over here now, we are the prize, in this game, okay? For them to snarl one of us, is they won, okay? So, yeah, because our Filipinos do not date foreigners. They don't want to leave the Philippines. They don't want a foreigner. But the ones that do, you better know what you're doing. Oh, I see. I don't know. I don't follow their channel. I didn't know this, and I don't know. They don't like me anyway for some reason, because I made a video long before I ever even heard of him. I didn't even know he existed. I was just telling the nitty gritty, 18 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy. There's going to be somebody over here who loves you simply because you're the prize. They don't care that they've got a crumpled up lottery ticket. It's still going to be good when they get to the lottery office. They don't care that the damn thing's cut in half and you tape it back together. That's what I would consider a disabled foreigner, specifically a disabled American. You're just an old crumpled up lottery ticket that been stepped on the ground, and maybe somebody even threw it in the garbage. She found it and cashed it in. If you had Lou Gehrig's disease, somebody over here would marry you. I'm sorry, but they would. There's a guy who has a YouTube channel. I was told. I've never saw it because I don't believe it. They said he's a guy. I think he's a European guy. He's paralyzed from his waist down, and he's got a beautiful Filipino wife, and they're happily married. I know she's happy with that damn pension every month, but there's no way she's going to be happy, with some man who's paralyzed from the waist down. Because I'm going to tell you, you can call me shallow or whatever. I'm not going to date a Filipino that's paralyzed from the waist down. I'm sorry. I don't care how good a throat she got. I'm not going to push you around all day and do all that stuff that you do. Now, will I do that after we're married and you had a accident and that happened? No. I'm going to hire somebody to do it. I'm not going to do it. Give a damn how good of a throat you got. I'm not going to do it. But they will, because they're different from me. They're different from us. Yeah, TJ Johnson says, honestly, if you have to ask, you need to deal with a reputable travel agent or buy direct from the airline. That's good information. We've got a guy on here, Dana, that can help you if you really have to ask. Oh, there's Dana right there. See, Dana, there's a guy on here asking about flight prices and stuff. Dana Milton says, you guys meet a Filipino in her country and culture, then you take her home to your country. Now she's out of her element, and chances are she becomes a Westerner, a Westernized. Yeah, chances are it's going to happen. Who's not, when you take a woman from here and you take her to America, it's like taking a child to Disneyland. That's the only thing I can equate it to. They're not going to want. Have you ever taken your children to Disneyland or Kings Island or someplace like that? They don't want to leave, do they? They crying when you time to go. You spend the whole day there. You broke. You ain't got no money left. You done bought food. You done rode every damn ride, but they want to ride the rides again. It's time to go home. They don't want to go home. They're kicking and screaming to get them in the car. It's the same thing, man. He said, you have an email. I do. Here it is. You know, y'all don't understand the allure that America is for some people. Y'all just don't understand it. We don't understand how powerful the visa is, so I have to tell you. You know, no, I'm telling the truth, man. No, Jeffrey, Chad, I'm not funny, man. I'm just, you know, Jeffrey. Now, you know, you go to Thailand. You're not gonna go over there and you're not gonna, you know, make it rain on a damn stripper that's, you know, twirling around in a damn wheelchair, paralyzed from the chest down. You're not gonna do it. Yeah, exactly. See, these guys that know what I'm talking about. They know what I'm talking about. See, yeah, crumpled lottery ticket, yeah, but the jackpot is the jackpot. That's what I'm saying, though. They don't care. But I'd be like, man, I don't know. You know, you find a lottery ticket over here, you're like, well, crumpled up lottery ticket over here, you know. I don't know. I'm not dealing with that, guys. I'm sorry. Y'all can call me shallow if you want to. I'm not going to push a woman around all day long. You know, if the pussy don't work, I don't work. I'm sorry. But yeah, here's my email. But yeah, you guys think that, you know, I'm being shallow. Everybody watching this knows that's the truth. That's the difference. You've been married a long time and everything. She's in an accident and all that. I'm still not going to do it, though. I'm going to hire somebody to do it. Yeah, and then, you know, I'm going to hire somebody to do it. And then I'm going to be doing something on the side because you can't, you know, I'm not going to leave you. I'm going to take care of you, make sure your bills is paid, make sure that lady's there to give you a bath and change your diapers. But then I'm going to go out and be busting something up. I'm going to make sure that the TV's on the channel you want it to be on. The air conditioner's perfect for you. The covers is pulled up on you tight. I'm going to tuck you in. And then I'm heading out. I'm sorry, guys. Y'all can call me, he's, you know. No, it's true. And everybody watching this is going to do the same thing. But the Filipinos, somebody special, she's going to sit there and wipe a grown man's behind. I'm not. But they are. There are some special people, man. Women over here. Mint and Gil, thanks for that super chase. You're a metaphor, poor Calvin. Now I'm just, you know, messing around, man. Trying to keep it light, man. But it's true. Y'all know I'm not joking, man. Come on. No, I'm not playing. Yeah. I'm going to make sure everything's right. You know, she got her favorite soup. Everything's going to be right. And then when I come home, I'm going to make sure to take a bath and wash up. I'm not going to bring the smell of another woman home. Yeah. I'm going to roll on her side. She's going to be real comfortable each time before I go out. That's the only way I'm going to take care of her, man. I ain't going to put her out on the street. I might put her in the damn guest house. Look at Marilyn. She's been listening to this. She's mad at me now. Well, you better slow down on that damn motorcycle. Because I'm telling you the truth. You get paralyzed from the waist down, that's your ass.
You have to go home.
No, yeah, I'm going to hire somebody to take care of you, but I'm not.
You will be the one who go home.
No. I'm going to make sure everything's good. I'm I'm gonna make sure the adobo is cooked just right that you like it. He said, "Do a mouth work." Yeah, I don't care how good of a throat she got. Well, once you paralyzed from the chest down, there's nothing you can do for me because you're not gonna really be able to move your head. That's why they call it head, because you got to move your damn head. She can't move it. I did go to college for one semester, and I only went so I could. They were late in giving me my Pell Grant and my student loan, which I paid back, by the way. But that's the only reason I stayed the whole semester, and I did pretty good. Truth, man, I had a 2.75 grade point average, but I just never had the desire to go to college. I didn't have the patience, really. And I don't have anything against I don't have anything against college because I encourage my children to go to college because times are going to be different for them than they were for me. Yeah, slow down on that damn motorcycle. That's a fact because, she's listening to me in there like thinking I'm joking. No, I'm not joking. I'm telling the truth. He said, "Go ahead, Cal. You ain't never lied." Y'all know I'm telling the truth, man. Yeah, because Filipinos are cut from a different cloth, guys. They got that patience and they'll do all that. I'm not. They call it head for a reason. He said, "What's the flip, though, if you fall off the back of the scooter and you're a vegetail? Does Maryland have to become a nun?" No, but it's in them. She's going to take care of me, but I know somebody's going to be knocking the back out. But yeah, see, he thinks I'm joking. They call it head for a reason. If you paralyzed from the chest down, you can't move. You can't give me head. I just don't want to, that's the only time I would be kind of like a gentleman. I don't want to, bang her damn throat. And then the doctor, then she, dies of suffocation. Then the doctor's going to be asking questions. Well, what's that lodged in her damn throat? Yes, she's got to laugh at that. Yeah, he said, "Yo, you fine. I can't wait to get over there and meet." Now, y'all know I'm not joking, man. So, it's funny, man, but they come from a different cloth, guys. But, let's look at some of these because I'm getting ready to get out for you. Y'all got me laughing at myself, man, when I'm thinking about this stuff, man. Yeah. But, TJ, you got a fine ass woman, but, you take up, let her be paralyzed from the waist down because then her arms get skinny and you're going to go out, TJ. And TJ's he's got a fox, man. But he knows he's going to do something on the side. You're not going to stay in there. No, you can't get in there, man. That's locked up. This is real talk right here. When I was little, and may she rest in peace, may he rest in peace. I had a great auntie, and she had cancer. I want to say ovarian cancer, whatever it was, cancer in the uterus, whatever it was, they had to stitch up her vagina. Well, all hell broke loose with her husband. And, my aunties, her sisters and everything, they got mad at the husband for fooling around and stuff. Well, he was a preacher anyway, but I'm like, well, now that I'm older, because at the time I was like, yeah, you're wrong for doing her like that. But I'm older now. I'm like, well, what was he supposed to do? They stitched up her vagina. I mean, period. And, he took hell for that. He said, "That's why you call it head. I learn something every day." Yeah, that's a good one. It's true, though. That's why they call it head. You got to move your damn head to bring some satisfaction. Look at Elliot. Come on, Elliot, now. We're just playing. Jarvis Jones says, "Your age, what do you do to stay in shape, Cal? What's your secret?" Well, I'm gonna tell you, I got good genetics. That's all, really. But Merlin's got me in the gym now. She does. He said, that's just wrong, man. No, he said, what's that? Yeah, he said, what's that lodge in your throat? Yeah, they're gonna start asking questions, man. And you gotta answer those questions. Yeah. He said, yes. Edward, thanks for that super. He said something lodged in her throat. TJ Johnson said, oh, no, I'm not even going out. Josephine knows what her job is if Michael goes on the injured reserve. Housekeeper means you got to take care of everything. Yeah. And he said, Dana Milton said, Cringy, what happened to the red flag subject? Yeah, that's a red flag. If she shows up at the airport in a damn wheelchair, Dana, that she didn't show you because she's sitting there. See, look at me. I could be in a wheelchair right now. And you thinking, you got a 100% woman and she shows up at the airport in a wheelchair, that's a red flag. Yeah, we're sexual beings, Dana. But it's not going to bother somebody who can't have sex. And maybe that's why you're getting upset. I mean, if you can't have sex, then yeah, it don't matter. You're probably going to sit there and watch as the world turns with her and sing karaoke and hold the microphone for her because she can't hold it for herself. He said, I've never seen one sewn up. Does it look like a black eye with ingrown eyelashes? I don't know, but he said, do what's good for you, bro. But that's what, I just remember my mother sitting around talking about, and they was angry at Uncle Charlie because he was going around seeing other women. But he said, this is station. This will make us wiser because it's straight talk. It is. He said, Lord, forgive us for this chat tonight. But it's real talk, guys. He said, Calvin, thank you for your excellent education. It's very much appreciated. Now this is the real deal right here, Ace Purnell. He'll tell you that I'm not joking. He's been over here. Thanks for that super sticker, Ace. He said it went from serious. Now let's get back, guys, to the talk. But y'all know, if there's anybody, raise your hand if you would date a woman who's paralyzed from the chest down or the waist down. But they will do that over here. And you ask, well, why would they do that? Well, that's a good question. Is that a red flag? That you would date a man who is disabled and can't really do anything to please you or whatever it is. Is that a red flag? Hey, thanks, Robert Morris, for that super chat. He said, straight talk with Cal Roach. Thank you, brother. Now, let's just, because we got to talk about this stuff, because we want to know why do they do it? There has to be a reason that they do it, guys. Do you think a woman in America is going to do that? Yeah, she's going to take care of you if you're married to her and you go to sleep at the wheel or drunk driving and you paralyzed. Yeah, they might for a little while. He said, Calvin, just tell the doctor that you're taking our temperature. They be like, well, I told you, because, here's the hard question. Y'all talking about straight talk. If something happens to your wife like that, the first thing that you're going to ask the doctor, can she have, I'm going to be honest with you, doc. Can she have sexual activity? And the doctor's going to look at you. See, because if you don't ask him, he's not going to tell you. You're not going to know what to do. You're going to be like, I don't know, man. It's just crazy, man. But we got to do that. Rick J says, Calvin, I like what you're saying, but a lot of people can't handle the truth. A lot of people are walking around with blinders on. They don't want to see the truth. Yeah, a friend of mine, Gerald Muhammad, said this one time. He said, Calvin, he said, when you talk the way you talk, because I've always talked this way my whole life. He said, it's like somebody in the dark eating spaghetti, and you cut on the light, and they see it's not spaghetti they're eating, but it's worms that they're eating, they're going to get mad at you for cutting on the light. And that's what it is, Rick J. They get mad at me for turning on the light, for cutting it on. But it was a great analogy, he said. He said, Cal, when you tell people the truth like that, they get mad at you for turning on the damn light. Thanks, Mike Dawsonville, for that super chat. He said, I can agree with anyone's the best alive on YouTube. We got to have fun, guys. I'll be the big 6-0 shortly. But y'all know that you're not going to do that. But you got to ask yourself a question. Why do they do it? And it'll tell you a whole lot about the woman that you're dating. Because remember, we're dating a culture. That's why we don't get unlucky. We don't get lucky over here. We get unlucky. Okay? Because we're dating a culture. But you have to ask yourself, why do they do that? And then it'll tell you all you need to know about the relationship you got with your woman. Chris Rock says a man is as faithful as his option. And it's true. They got on Tiger Woods as if we could walk an inch in Tiger Woods' shoes. Like we could really judge him. Knowing this man could have any woman, nothing was outside his reach. Everything was in his reach. It's only a small fraction of people who's ever lived where nothing's out of their reach. He was one of them. But we have, Big Shirley, Big Susie, Big Martha. So we're going to talk about Tiger Woods and say, oh, man, we played on his wife. Man, come on, guys. Dana Milson said, what was the name of your subscriber who stuck with his Philippine after she had a stroke? Well, hell, after she got out of the hospital, I'm pretty sure he's doing something in that damn wheelchair. But you're right. But that's a stroke, Dana. That's different. Half her mouth still works. See? Half her mouth still works, Dana. So he's getting some kind of action. But yeah, you're right. He did stick with it, and it is true love. But half her body still works. So he's probably getting something from that right side. I know I would. I give her damn medication and bend her ass over that damn hospital bed that they give you. You get that with your insurance policy, Dana. I know that, especially if you got Medicare. A soldier said, Cal, what's the difference between a paralyzed man and a man that is out of shape and can't have sex like some of the older men going there? Are they not the same as a paralyzed man in some ways? Well, see, that's what I'm saying. You're answering my question. That's perfect the way you put it. This is the reason why the women are with us. If you can answer the question, why would a woman marry a man who's in a wheelchair who can't do anything for her physically, then it's going to tell you everything you really need to know about the Filipino you're dating and how their minds is working. Because remember, we're dating these women off the dating site. I'm not talking about every Filipino woman walking around here, because they all don't want foreigners. They all aren't interested in us. We can't have any woman over here. I'm talking about the ones on those dating sites with the flashing red lights on that says, I want a foreigner. Date me, marry me. Okay, it'll tell you all you need to know about them and why they're on that dating site. Because it doesn't matter. 18 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy. The older you are, the better. Okay? And I'm going to talk about that today, me and Marilyn. I'm going to let Marilyn explain it to you. I'm going to read this because she knows more about it than me. Every Filipino knows about what we're going to talk about today. If your girlfriend never told you about it, then after my video, you ask her, you say, hey, why you never told me this before? Okay? But the older, the better over here. There's a reason they're dating these old men. There's no age. I should say 18 to 100. 150, really. They'll marry a 150-year-old man over here. Ella Mercado, thanks for that super chat. Says, I dare y'all to match me. Well, our time has been ran out. But yeah, thank y'all so much for your super chats, your super stickers, all your thumbs up, all your support for Sunshine Shows. I never take that for granted. Once again, the peso is 56.08. It's gone up since 2 days ago. It was 56.04. Thanks to everyone who's went on Amazon and downloaded the book, Unspoken Agreement, Stories of Love and Betrayal in the Philippines. I've reached 100, man. I never expected that. Although, let's go for 1,000 now because I'm getting ready to upload. I'm going to reward the people who's downloaded it. I'm coming in the next couple of days, 3 at the most, I'm going to upload part 2. It's a good story, man, believe it or not. But I want to thank y'all for that. Look for this next video because you're going to ask your girlfriend, you say, well, why you never told me about this? Why we never talked about this before?
It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Hey, Chase, I wasn't picking on you, man. See, what's going to save you and people like me that saved me when I brought my wife over there was Filipinos are outstanding people. You can't get unlucky. You can't get lucky over here, but you can get unlucky. And I'm just saying, a lot of times we move too fast. And when you move as fast as you did, man, it's a lot of red flags that you're probably not even haven't popped up yet. That's all I'm saying. I wish you the best of luck, man. I don't wish bad luck on anybody. But the truth is the truth, man. Sometimes we move too fast. Sometimes we make it out that she's the prize. Like you came over here to get her when you had all the time in the world to pick you somebody, because I'm pretty sure that's the first one you dealt with. You said you talked to online. You came over here. You said you met her 11/5/22. You came over here 11/22. You stayed for 6 weeks. Hell, you haven't seen anybody else. That's all I'm saying. I don't wish you bad luck, brother. But yeah, after this video today, you're going to ask the question, well, why didn't you tell me that? And then you ask your girlfriend, your fiance now, Chase, have you ever heard of this? Every Filipino has heard of what we're going to talk about today. 100%. Okay, and if they tell you they didn't, they're lying. And that's a red flag when they start lying. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. And I'll see y'all next time.